Welcome back to a new day, to a new lecture, and to new marks. Welcome to SMAT. Guys, today's agenda is again on GST because I want you to get all your marks on GST. So if you're at CA Inter and maybe even at CA Final and attempting the 2021 exams whenever they happen, you will score a couple of really good marks from what is being discussed today. Guys, you know GST as a CA firm owner, as a partner in a CA firm, or if you have any business or any supplying of any services, you know GST registration is important. But with registration, cancellation of registration is also important, and today's topic is just about that. I'll give you some really nice shortcuts and a very easy way to remember this section, and we'll also look at an examination question. So watch this till the end. Guys, this is a SMAT quickie, and as you know, quickies take a complicated topic. Today's topic is cancellation of registration, and from the section to the concept to a shortcut, everything is done in a couple of minutes as we go and as we see it today. Here we go, guys. So cancellation of registration is in which chapter, guys? It's in the same chapter as registration. So if you're looking at any book, doesn't matter, guys. Cancellation of registration is in the same chapter as registration. And why is it important? This is under section 29. Registration chapter runs from section 22 to section 30. If you've been in one of my lectures, whether online or offline, you would have understood all these sections with shortcuts. But today we're only dealing with one section, which is cancellation of registration, section 29. Guys, if you know, my entire IDT runs through Electric Bike Company. There's a company which is registered under GST, so they are registered. And as the name suggests, they supply electric bikes. Yes, as you heard it right, those bikes are amazing bikes. They run on electricity. And for that, they take inputs like batteries, tires, engines. They take input services like CA services. And they also buy capital goods like they buy trucks and tempos to transport those electric bikes. With this same example, we will also look at cancellation of registration. Now, guys, electric bike companies started with a lot of enthusiasm. They started off and they took registration, etc. We had seen in section 22 and section 24 how they took registration. But now, guys, these electric bikes unfortunately are not so much in demand. They are very expensive and a lot of people did not like it. Or let's say the company's owner wanted to shut the company, or they got sold to some Hero Honda or some other bike company and they have their own registration. So what about this registration? They want to cancel it. So cancellation works in two parts. Either you apply for cancellation. So either you apply for cancellation or the officer on his own, guys, suo moto on his own. Just one second. Suo moto, the officer can also cancel your registration, which is very scary because you will suddenly wake up one day and get a letter or get an email saying that he wants to cancel your registration. Let's do this first. 29 to 29 subsection 2, when the officer wants to cancel your registration. Guys, why will an officer wants to cancel your registration? There's a shortcut. Because he feels that you can commence, you can, you can immediately commence, you can immediately commence 36 frauds. This is the shortcut. Pay good attention to this shortcut. The officer can suo moto cancel your registration if he feels that you can immediately commence 36 frauds. These are some reasons, and these are most of the reasons why an officer can cancel your registration. First, the first one says if you've contravened any provisions of the income tax, GST Act or rules. If you've contravened any provisions of the GST Act or any provision of the GST rules, contravened basically means you've done something against a particular thing in the act or the rule, then he can cancel your registration. Next, second, if you issue invoice but you don't issue the electric bikes, that means you're supplying invoices but you're not supplying the real supply. That is a wrong thing and you are basically doing something that is wrong, so they can cancel the registration. Next, if you've taken registration but you've not commenced business for a period of 6 months, guys, why is that happening? There can be something fishy and hence they can cancel your registration if you don't commence your business after taking registration for 6 months. If you don't commence your registration. Next, 3 and 6. Guys, if you're a composition scheme dealer under section 10, that means someone who does not want to charge GST to its customers, he can take registration under composition scheme dealer, and you have not filed your return for 3 consecutive periods. Or if you're a normal scheme dealer, that means you're not eligible or you don't want to take composition scheme for some reason, and you're a normal scheme dealer, you're registered, and you've not filed your returns for 6 consecutive periods. Basically, that means 6 months because you have monthly returns. Or the officer feels that you are going to do any fraud, or if you've done any misrepresentation or fraud, etc., then he can go ahead and cancel your registration. So how can the officer cancel a registration? Because he feels that you can immediately commence 36 frauds, contravention of any provisions of the act or the law, in issuing invoices without issuing supply, not commencing business for 6 months after taking registration, not filing returns for 3 periods for composition scheme and 6 periods for normal scheme, and doing or going to do any fraud, misrepresentation, etc., then he can cancel your registration. But don't worry, before he cancels your registration, he has to issue you a show cause notice, because he cannot surprise you that, hey, listen, cancel registration. No, he has to issue a notice to you, to which you have to reply, and only then, if he's convinced that there is one of the reasons, then he can cancel your registration. That is him asking for cancellation. What about you? Can you apply for cancellation? Yes, section 29(1) says even you can apply for cancellation. So guys, one part is over. Suo motu cancellation, the shortcut is can immediately commence 36 frauds. And if he feels you can immediately commence 36 frauds, he may cancel your registration. But if you apply for cancellation, guys, when will you apply for cancellation? Either you are ending your business. So there can be many reasons for you to apply for cancellation. Maybe the business is not picking up, you want to shut down your business, or there is a death in the family and no one wants to carry forward the business, or you sold the business, there's a demerger, amalgamation, succession of the business to someone else, and he has their own registration, like the electric bike company can be sold to Hero Honda, and there they have their own registration, so the earlier registration has to be cancelled. When you cancel, let's say you want to cancel it from the 1st of June, you want to cancel it from the 1st of June, and you apply, let's say today on the 24th of May. This is the date when you want to cancel it, and this is the date of making the application. So then what happens is, guys, within 30 days you make an application. So whenever the event happens, let's say the amalgamation demerger happened, within 30 days you have to apply. So on the 24th of May you applied, telling the officer that I want to cancel my registration. There is a prescribed form which is not important from the exam perspective. Now guys, it's not that immediately the officer will cancel it. While you make an application, while he evaluates how he has to cancel it, because if you have to pay some GST before cancellation, he has to make you pay the GST, etc. But while they do, they can suspend, they may suspend your application or the registration. Sorry. They can suspend your registration or they may suspend your registration. Suspension basically means that after suspension, you cannot make any taxable supplies. That means if you want to sell electric bikes, you cannot issue a tax invoice, you cannot collect GST, all that you cannot do while you're in suspension. And the suspension is not compulsory, but it's very often done. Suspension is very often done, it's not compulsory. Suspension can be from the date you have applied for cancellation, or sorry, the date you applied for cancellation or the date you want to be cancelled, whichever is later. They can suspend your registration till it's cancelled. The suspension is basically a small period in the middle till it's finally cancelled. So again, examination question is, can it be suspended? Yes, it can be suspended pending the proceedings of cancellation. It can be suspended from the date you applied or the date you want it to be cancelled, whichever is later. And during the meanwhile, in the suspension period, can you make any taxable supplies? No, you cannot issue any tax invoice, you cannot collect GST, you cannot pay GST, nothing can happen while it is suspended. Anyway, when you make an application for cancellation, you have to tell them whatever stock you have with you. You have to tell them whatever input services or inputs that you have with you in either finished goods format or raw material format or work in progress format. Also, whatever capital goods that you have with you, you have to basically declare all these three. Why do they want to know this? Because guys, on the inputs, on the input services, on the capital goods, you have already taken the ITC. You already taken the credit. So let's say you bought some bikes. For the bikes, you bought some batteries, tires and some engines. You already paid GST on it, and on that you've already taken the credit. If you've taken the credit but they're still lying with you, then you'll need to reverse it. That means you'll need to pay it back either through your credit ledger or through your cash ledger. You'll have to pay it back. I repeat, guys, whenever you make an application for cancellation, the application has to be accompanied by a list of your inputs, that is your engines, batteries, tires, or your input services, or your capital goods that are lying with you. You have to tell them what all are lying. Why? Because you have already taken the ITC on them, but you've still not sold them, or you still not used the capital assets for 60 months. That is applicable in GST. So you will give them this list and you will calculate whatever ITC you've taken. So when you give them the list, there are two things. What if you were to supply these today? That means, what if you were to sell these goods, or sell these stock, or sell these capital goods? Whatever GST you would have to charge on that, either that or whatever credit you have taken, you have to reverse whichever is higher. I'll repeat, guys. When you make an application for cancellation, they will not automatically cancel it. They've given you ITC on your stock, that is your inputs, on your input services and your capital goods, but you've not used them completely, you've not sold them ahead, or you've not used the capital goods for 60 months. So you'll have to reverse that ITC that you've taken. On the input services, the entire ITC, and on capital goods based on 60 months. Example, let's say you bought a truck. When you bought the truck, let's say for 10 lakhs, plus you paid 1,20,000 on as GST, for which you've taken the credit. You've taken 1,20,000 as credit. You were supposed to use this truck for 60 months, but let's say you only used it for 30 months. So 30 out of 60 is still pending. So out of this 1,20,000, half of the credit which you've taken extra will be reversed. So in that proportion, you'll have to reverse it and you'll have to calculate it. Or if you were to sell this truck today, along with the inputs and input services, if you were to sell it, what will be the amount, whichever is higher, that you need to pay back to the government? How will you pay back? Either if you have credit lying in your credit ledger, you will pay back using credit ledger, or you will pay back using cash ledger, whichever is available. That is something that you need to do before the officer can agree for your cancellation. Guys, generally, you have 30 days to apply for cancellation. That means after an event happens, let's say you sell your business or you shut down your business, you have 30 days to apply. And after you apply, the officer has 30 days to cancel your registration. So there's a timeline of 30 and 30 days, which can be extended, but this is a general timeline. So let's quickly revise section 29. Section 29 is for cancellation or registration. The officer can cancel it based on can immediately commence 36 frauds. And you can apply for cancellation. You can apply within 30 days, and he can give you a reply within 30 days of cancellation. But in the meanwhile, can he suspend your registration? Yes, he can suspend it. Depending upon the date you applied or the date you want it to be cancelled, whichever is later, it can be suspended. During period of suspension, you cannot make any taxable supplies. Also, guys, when you make an application, you need to tell him about the inputs, input services, and capital goods, and you need to either reverse it, or the GST that is payable, whichever is higher, has to be paid back to the government. This is cancellation of registration. Let's have a look of how it's asked in the exam, guys. Here are two sums which are asked in the exam on the something that we've discussed right now. 5 marks. That means, guys, 10 marks. Okay, you can score 10 marks you can score in the exam from this chapter. Let's read the second one first. Explain the circumstances under which the proper officer can cancel the registration on his own of a registered person under GST Act 2017. This is section 29.2. Yes, the proper officer can cancel the registration if he feels that you can commence immediately 36 frauds. Contravention of the Act, issuing invoices, contravention of the Act, issuing invoices, 36 not commencing business, 36 that is not filing the returns for 3 periods or 6 periods, depending if you're composition scheme or normal scheme, or doing or having done any fraud or misrepresentation. This will get you 5 marks, this shortcut. And next, under the provisions of section 29.1, that means you applying for cancellation, related to suspension of registration, if the registered person has applied for cancellation of registration, what is the period and manner of suspension of registration? Guys, the suspension can be done either from the time you applied or from the time that you asked for cancellation, whichever is later. And during the period of suspension, you cannot make any supplies. That means you cannot make any taxable supplies. You cannot issue a tax invoice, and you cannot collect and pay GST. even that will get you 5 marks. So GST is not difficult, guys. If you understand those shortcuts, and there are so many, the entire registration chapter, many people find it difficult, but I think it can be done through a very, very simple understanding and with a lot of shortcuts. I hope you understood this. This could get you a lot of marks in every time you attempt your exam. Watch out for more quickies. See you really, really soon. If you have any queries, do reach out to me. Do comment on which other chapter or which other topic do you want me to make a quickie. Thank you so much, guys.